really interesting ride. Usually, no, not usually, we have been through situations where trying to get things together have been interesting. Building screens, putting this together, putting that together, assembling this, assembling that. I had some interesting ways, man, but through all this, you learn basically trial and error, what's going to work, what's not going to work. I mean, I must have went through at least about $1,000 before I figured out exactly what was the perfect screen for wallpaper. A lot of screens I had to go through, a lot of testing to see if it would work, and this would work, and that would work. A lot of testing. This is why we have a lot of test demonstrations. Now, as I said before, this surface, we've used it before. We've made curved projection screens out of this surface, but it has to be sprayed on. It's the only way that it'll work when you do this application, but we can't do this here. And I can't do these. I like to do these screens because they're much affordable than basically bringing out a piece of drywall that runs risk of getting chipped or damaged if we have to do a paint-on demonstration. And on top of that, drywall is heavy. This is an excellent surface if I have to take it out and do a paint-on application. It doesn't have to be a big screen. Something like that would be fantastic. But anyway, as I said before, rolling this down, I noticed that it didn't take well to the surface, and I went back to go check my archives. I realized that I sprayed this screen in every single time. So that tells me right there that the roll-in application for it is not going to work. So next stage was, took the screen, snapped it in half, put it over in the corner and said, well, that's it. I'm going to throw this thing in the trash. I'm done. We'll figure out another way. Lord blesses me with a solution on how to basically be able to use the screen. First, an application we put on the screen. So one coat, real quick, real fast, dries extremely fast. And then after that, go in and apply our application, and it works perfectly. So this is the one that was already painted. This is the one I just finished up right here. And I am going to piece these two together, put the screen back together, and use the screen until we get around to getting the other ones. So that's how we're going to do it from now on, because it's much easier that way. I tried the cardboard situation. I thought the cardboards were really more stiff, rigid, because the one I had where I built at home is about that freaking thick. This one was a little bit thinner. Remember, I got to get this thing up a staircase. I got a winding staircase in this building. So I'm thinking that would work. I'll double it up, but that is the crappiest cardboard I've ever purchased in my entire life. It's absolutely horrible. I rolled it up over there. But this surface right here is fantastic. It fits in the lift perfectly. The lift that goes to pick up my stuff, it fits in there perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go pick up two of these and then basically line them up, tape them together because it'll match nicely, taped together. Put the solution on, which I just did. And this is actually our application put on. As you can see, nothing. It comes up beautifully. And then basically do it that way. That is the best way and the only way to do it. Can't think of any other way. Now, could I go out and do it with fixed frame screens? Yeah, I could. Do I want to do it with fixed frame screens? No, I don't. I actually have done numbers. I've done so many fixed frame screens, it's not even funny. I want to do something that's on the affordable. Extremely unaffordable. You understand, when you're pitching a screen, the last thing you want to do is spend the money for a lot of stuff. That's the last thing you want to do. Because again, if it's going to cost you a lot of money to do it, it's going to cost anybody else a lot of money to do it. So to be to do a screen that's less, it comes out much better. It really does. That's why I don't go out and spend the money for expensive projectors. We use these machines because we can make those look crazy. That means we can make anything look crazy. And at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure people coming in here, they have much better projectors than what we're using. That's what we want to get across. When people come in here to look at this, we don't want them to look at stuff saying, oh, this is a $5,000 projector and this is a $400 or $500 screen. We don't want that kind of impression. We want, look, that styrofoam, wow, this is something I can go pick up at Home Depot. Yes, you can, and coat it with our technology. So that's what we're going to do. And most importantly, they're more important, not about so much about what the screen's made of. They're more importantly, we want to see exactly how the screen's going to react in a fully lit environment. I want to do it on an affordable level. All right, so we're back to where we started from. We're back to where we started with the first surface. And basically, we're just going to mend these two together and just set them up and have them on display. That's what we're going to do. Back to one again. Let me see. That's where we're at. Oh, man. It's nothing new. And I guess when naysayers sit there and say, well, our product does apply. It applies to just about everything we lock it into. Surface is an issue. Surface is an issue. That's the problem. When you got a surface acting up, I don't care how good your product is. If it's not going to go, it's not going to go. That's how it works. But now we got a solution, and that new solution, which means I want to test it on something else. I'm looking at a polyester tarp next to test it on, because if that stuff works on a polyester tarp, do you have any idea how big a screen polyester tarps come in? That is, it already has grommets, it's double stitched, and these screens can come up to 1,000 inches, which is absolutely fantastic if we can nail one of those surfaces. Yeah, it makes things a lot more easier. So what else can this solution do? So it makes it a lot easier. It's our own primer. Because at first I would never be able to roll these in. It wouldn't work. Nope. Oh, God fixed that one right there. So we don't have to worry about that ever again. So, yeah. So, yeah, a lot of work. And it's comes with the territory. I remember basically doing the screens outside. I remember sitting there after it rained, and kneecaps soaked in rain, soaking wet, on my knees installing in screws to get the screen to operate right so I can get it set up. Comes with the territory. But you know how the trolls are. Oh, his product failed, it doesn't work. Get to the match your betters, okay? Because this is going to be the next one that comes up for you. Oh, I forgot, we got that match your better for. Which one was supposed to do? Oh, yeah, the distance throw, the nightmare distance throw. You're going to have to do that one. We'll set that up for the night. And you got another one coming with this one, too. So it'll keep you busy since you got a lot of talk. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to mend these two together. Not this side we snapped. The more straighter side on this side. Set it up and do a demonstration with it. That's what we're going to do with it. Cardboard was looking beautiful. The only problem is when it pushed out, it's throwing off the screen. Not looking good. But the cardboard came up gorgeous. So this is what we're going to do for now. I'm going to get two of these, 36 by 72. These will fit in the back of the extra large lift easily, and put them side by side over here. Put this one up, and then do the panel system on this side. And then I can start working on the floor, because that's what I'm waiting for next. I got the rest of the towels coming in to finish off the floor. We got to take these down to the shop, and we have to coat these in, because we can't do them here, and then bring them up and lock them in one by one, and then set the projectors up. Get the ice boy finished over here, get that done. Get that over there, get that finishing done. Clear all this off, get the cabinet system over here, throw all this stuff over there, and then we can basically start setting up my touchscreen desk, which I can't wait to get started on that and get that done. The cabinet system I have goes from here to there. So it's a nice little cabinet system, nice little thin system. And I'm going to basically put my computers here, some here, but the one layer but there, I'm going to put a sheet of plexiglass across that. I'm going to make that my virtual fish tank. It's going to be jet black coating, and it's going to use the LG ultra short throw palm projector. It's going to use that. Turn it into a nice long fish tank right there. Because when I'm coming, I want to see all that stuff popping off. Whew. So, yeah. Trial and error. Gonna be here a bit trying to get this done, but this is almost about done. It's almost just drying, it's about done. And then after that, I can go run it through again. So this is the side we snapped, so we'll be connected from that side to that side. Swing it around, tape it down, and be done on that side. And I've done so many paint down demonstrations, it's not even funny on how many things I do. This man got to go through that painstaking up, down, over, up, down. Gee whiz Louise, if I had to do that to do a screen, I would freaking lose it. I'd snap. I would definitely snap. The instructions he has on this product, if I had to do that crap, I'd snap. Yeah, definitely would snap. It's too much work. Just paint it done. So much easier. So much easier. And I painted 150s in. Gee whiz, I had to do that to the 250. Can you imagine that? A 250-inch screen? No. Way too much work. See, where people mess themselves up, they limit themselves. He put down those measurements for a screen size of 120. What if a person's doing 150? What if they're doing 160, 135, 235.1, 239.1? What size would you, well, how much paint would you require to paint that? What size dinner plate would be required for a 250-inch screen? 200-inch screen, 300-inch screen, 400-inch screen. There you go. So he can only do up to a 120-inch screen. 32 ounces, that's it. See what I mean? There you go. That's how you basically quietly dog yourself out. Because again, if someone comes in and said, a majority, most people I do business with, they're over 120 inches. So if they say, okay, so how much I'm going to need to do 150 inches? What are you going to say? What size dinner plate is for that? Turkey platter, maybe? Yeah. Or 180-inch screen. Maybe they want to do a 200-inch screen. What they're outside? Outside screens are huge. What are you going to do about that? What size? How much paint you got to pour down for that? If you're going to streak a screen, the bigger the screen, yeah, that's going to be an issue right there. And if it's too thin of a coating, that is going to be an absolute nightmare for a screen of that size. Mind you, a 250-inch screen is over 20 feet wide and 11 feet tall. I know, I put one in. That's a big, big, big freaking screen. So how are you installing that in? So if a company contacts you and they say, okay, well, I have to do this screen about 150 inches. And you say, well, we only do up to 132. What do you mean you only do 132? So you're going to do 32 ounces. What do you mean? You going to do anything bigger than that? Unless you're going to do the whole multiplication by 4. Yeah, right. Good luck on that one. You got to basically multiply by 4. So what you're going to multiply by 4 dinner plate sizes to actually come up the equivalent size to basically meet the size that would be needed to paint in a screen. That's not going to go well. The measurements are going to be way, way off. See the complication and error? Yep. You have to remember, if you're going to be doing projection screens, you have to be prepared to do all sizes. One of them can't even do a 235.1 to 239.1, let alone build a screen. Build one. Gotta have the room for them. They're big. 235.1 can stretch from here all the way to here with no problem. Gotta have the room for those things. That's a wide freaking screen. I would love to see the Mickey Mouse math on that one. But if they ask for a 1610, you got 1610 on your projector. You ever wonder what that measurements for those are for? They're odd numbers. 129, 129, 127. They run with the 1610s. So you have to go to Projector Central. You got to type in 1610 for your aspect ratio. Go over to your calculator, figure how far the distance your projector is going to sit back. It'll tell you exactly how big a screen you're going to get. If you're using ultra short throw, then you have to type in the number of an ultra short throw and give you calculated distance for the ultra short throw. And if you think that's a nightmare, the 235.1s have about 10 different sizes. Then you get into, people think the 4.3s aspect ratios are, no, the 1.1s would be. That's for 35 millimeter film. Those are the real old ones. The 4.3 is all even numbers. Height is 4, length is 4. Maybe 8 by 8, 4 by 4, 2 by 2, and then you come with the 1 by 1, a 1.1. 1.1 is another ratio size. Usually they use those for 235.1 film. They didn't use 4.3s yet. You gotta know your history on. That's the thing about it. I find it interesting that people who basically make these products don't even know the history of the silver screen era when it came to projection screens, or the era basically when projection screens first came out. Solid movie era. You watch any of the movies? I do. I'm a big fan of history. Do you know anything about the history of the product that you have today? If you only know the newer technology, then you're lost. White screen has been around since the 1920s. That's how old white screens are. And did you know that the gray screen paint was free before people started charging money for it? Someone came up with the idea, no one knows who. But basically, it was called YouTube paint. That's where it started from. Somebody came with this idea for this gray and white mixture, and it became YouTube paint, and it was free. It was marketed all over YouTube. This is where the Galaxy thing, DJ 737 projectors came out. They were very popular. Actually, it was actually a knockoff projector that actually freaking worked. And that was right around the time when the PS3 was popular. But yep, the gray screen paints were free. But no one knows who started it. Black paint, white paint, and pearlescent. That's what it was. That's all it was. And you think with everybody having great paints out there was a lot of people had great paints out there. What made everybody's paint different? Well, basically, you had to make sure you had to prove that it was different. Like having, where our paints were done in like, I say better lit environments than most people. So we figured out a way how to get our screens to actually operate. We're actually blessed to get our screens in better lit environments, and that's how we got picked up. But you didn't have the tones. Tones didn't exist. If you wanted a gray paint, you could get a gray primer. But now, today, you can go into Home Depot, Lowe's, Benjamin Moore, Sherwin-Williams, and get a great tone on just about everything you could possibly think of. Yeah. That would be the nightmare for gray screens. If Home Depot ever got wind of it, that they literally, their bare silver screen mixed in with some black paint, some of that glitter they have in there, they can literally market their own screen paint. And then you'll be in competition with Home Depot. And if Home Depot has it, guess what? Sherwin-Williams might decide to do it too. Benjamin Moore might decide to do it. Sell their own screen paint. They got nothing but screen paint there to begin with. Now, for those of you who are saying, well, what about you? You make black paint. I tested all this stuff already. I was smart enough to do the black versus black demonstrations to test all my stuff on their black paints to make sure we didn't match any of their stuff. So while we were back there, sitting back, matching our stuff, doing tons of black versus black demonstrations, the other people weren't doing it. They were just sitting back, just twiddling their fingers at the end of the day. What's to stop Home Depot from doing it? They have everything there. They got patio furniture. They got barbecue grills. Heck, now they even sell with the barbecue grills. They sell barbecue sauce. You can go to in their barbecue section and buy barbecue sauce. Everything you need to start the perfect patio setup. The only thing they're missing is a projection screen. That's the only thing they're missing. They got everything there to do it. They got it all there to do it. Home Depot can have their own screen paint. Allow you to paint their gray screens right up there, because they're not going to go near a black screen. They're not going to go near it, because for them it's unheard of. They're going to go near a gray paint. That's what they're going to do. They already have it in there. They sell PPG, or PPJ, or PPG. They sell Bear 1050, and they sell black paint. That's all they need to make their own. That's it. And then you're going to be in competition with them at the end of the day. You can't be in competition with a company like that. A company like that would crush you easy. You literally would have to go to the same place to get a formula or try to make a formula from a place that already has it. And the pull and the power and muscle to push it. Now for me, this is opportunity. Because our technology can take out their stuff. We can take out their black paints. We can take out basically their gray paints or anything they make in that store. We can take it out. See, there you go. Opportunity. If they push in that direction to make that technology and make a gray screen paint on that level, we can bring in an ad tech technology and wipe their stuff completely clean. They have nothing in there that can absorb sunlight. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the beautiful thing about ad tech. It has the ability to overpower things that we need to do for it to do. So if Home Depot goes in and they put the money and time to build these, make these projection screens, we can come over there and basically get a contract for our technology to push it right in. Blow out everything they got in their store, do demonstrations that they can't even touch. And of course, since they've already got the people out there already, hey, Home Depot, we got patio furniture, we got barbecue grills, we even got barbecue sauce, and now we got home theater screens. They open the doorway for us to get in. All somebody got to do is just pitch the idea, which I'm planning to do. Get them started on a gray screen, pitch the idea to them, put them in competition with everybody else, and then we come in and take out their screen. Now, in order for them to compete with us, they can't. Our technology is far more advanced, and that means they'll have to buy in with us. Pretty smart idea, huh? Yep. But when the foundation is laid, we'll be ready to go. That's the only thing we're waiting for. We're waiting for the foundation to get laid. That's what we're doing right now. Once everything's set up, we're ready to go. We get the green light, and we go out and take care of it. They can come here to the office and check out anything they want to see. We'll be going to different showrooms, showing off the technology in different places, popping up at trade shows, getting it done. That's one of the things I looked at when I was at Home Depot. I was looking at all the stuff they had in there. I was like, you know what? The only thing they're missing here is a projection screens. They sell patio furniture, gazebos, everything in here. Go to the barbecue section. They got everything in there you can pretty much do for a barbecue grill. They even got pizza ovens in there. They sell the sauces, the seasons, everything. Everything you need to get it started. Anything else sell is food. They got the equipment in there to build whatever screen you want out of that environment. See, the reason why I know they'll do this, and I'll tell you why. Those little shacks they have in the back, those sheds they have, they put tools in. Yeah, see, well, what happened was they noticed that a lot of these sheds are selling like crazy because people are taking these sheds and they're converting them into tiny homes. And it's funny because many, many years back, I say probably about 7 years back, a friend of mine who does that kind of work, he does landscaping and he builds stuff here and there, and we were walking around him with his baby and said, you can turn this thing into a home, because I'm laughing about it. I'm finding it funny. But he says, no, I'm dead serious. Like, you can really strip this thing out and turn it into a home. It has this construction for it. It's perfect. Now look at it now. People are converting those things into tiny homes. And tiny homes now has become a big YouTube watch channel where there are millions of people that log in to watch people take these tiny little shed homes and turn them into luxury setups. That's the thing now. So Home Depot is sitting there kind of figure out, why in the world are people buying these sheds like crazy? Like, why are they buying these sheds for? It can't be doing that much gardening going on. And then they did a little looking around and found out that people are buying those sheds and converting them into luxury little homes. So guess what Home Depot did? Well, we got the plumbing here, we got the electricity, we got everything here to basically hook one of those babies up, because that's what they're doing anyway. They're buying the shed, they're going to the Home Depot, they're buying everything they need, kitchen, cabinets, all that stuff. They sell all that stuff anyway. So Home Depot got smart. They went in and they started building these homes, buying them little sheds, they got to own them anyway, and rebuilding them. And now you can buy a package. Like, you can get new windows, you can get new doors, you can get reinforced beams, you can get whatever you want. You can get a whole kitchen set up in there, everything, because they got all the equipment there. So instead of you going and doing the work, they do the work for you, just for a bit of a small price. Yeah, so if you're not savvy at basically working with your hands, they are. And now they figured out how to take the sheds that have been sitting back there forever. Once in a while, someone will pick something up to turn them into little luxury homes, and people will buy them. Home Depot sells homes now. Amazon sells homes. Yep. So now with these little luxury homes, wouldn't it be nice to have a nice little backyard theater out there? Or your barbecue set up to have a nice, beautiful projection screen set up. They got everything there to do it. They got the lumber, they got the material, and they got the paints to do it. So someone just has to whisper in their ear to get them started. And then once they get started and they start selling and marketing these screens, let it get into the system for a couple of years. Let it really get deeply embedded in. Let them really invest some money into this. And then we come in and we show them a side-by-side demonstration of our technology, which is far more surpassed than theirs. And now they've caught on to our stuff because now they've already invested the money. They can't pull the plug on that. Opportunity. Sometimes opportunity is there. You just have to get the ball rolling. It's much like taking a snowball and stick it on top of a hill. It starts small, but as it starts to roll, it starts to accumulate, gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and boom, there you go. That's how you think of business. See, with them at the end of the day, they don't know how to do business. They don't know how to walk into an establishment and do business. They don't know how to sell and market their products. That's the problem. You can have the best products in the world. You don't know how to market and sell it. It's not worth nothing at all, period. Unfortunately, they don't have the best products. We do. But you have to know marketing. You have to know strategy. You have to know these things. How did Jamie said that I can sell ice pops to an Eskimo? I can, because I can sell products. That's one thing I can do, buddy. I can sell and market it. Look at my website. Look at yours. To the time I put in the engine in my site is very detailed. Difference. You do a rush job, sloppy. Don't take the time to put in the effort. I drop 4 hours a day into my site, working hard to make sure it looks fantastic. Still got to go in and do more work on it, more updates on it. Gotta know how to market your products. Very important. Most of all, you have to know what you're talking about. You can't sell a product you don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't work that way. What it hooked into this one. Oh, forgot one inside. I'm thinking I'm on the other one. Yeah, I know how to market your stuff. Very important. The screen's still wet. I just want to test out and see if we're good. Let me see. No, we need to come out of this altogether. All right. All right. There we go. Let me see, power, exit big picture. Okay. Let me see. Oops, water's coming through. Let me go over to, where is, here we go. YouTube. Oh, man, yeah. This is the surface. Much better. Back to 1. We just did the surface already. We live and learn. If I had waited and was patient, Lord could have given me the solution to fix it, but I wasn't patient. So let me see. Let's go with 8K, Ultra 8K demonstrations. Yeah. Screen's not even dry yet. It's brighter than that. I think naysayers thought we're gonna fail. You do, I tell you one thing, you're persistent, you do try, you keep coming in and thinking that we're gonna fail. It's just not gonna happen. I know the devil tells you this, that we're gonna fail, but it's not gonna happen. Ever. You have to understand, Christians can fall off a building. And if we do hit the ground, we get right back up. Over and over again, 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 again. Stronger each time. We hit, we come back up stronger. Or a person who serves the devil, when you hit, you're hit. It takes a while for you to come back up. You get damaged, hurt. That's what happens to you. But Christians, no. We keep coming back up, stronger each time. See that? Look at that. It's a screen I snapped in half and threw in the corner. And now look at it. We come back stronger every time. So they thought that, hey, when I come back in there, the screen's not going to work. It's our technology. It's God's technology. At the end of the day, it's going to run perfectly fine. I bent that screen up. Look at the crease marks in it. He even gave us the solution, how to paint over top of it. One coat application, that's it. You know what the primer application he blessed us to have? It's one coat, that's it. Activates that fast. You know what's drying it? My air machine right there, the one that filters air, it blows air out. Yeah, it's clean, it's drying the screen, that's it. I got no big fan in here running. That's the only thing that's drying the screen right now. So yeah, when a Christian folk, that's why I said I find it interesting. I've seen the numbers jump up. That's them when they come in the room, because they want to see the screen fail. They figure, oh, the screen's not gonna work. So that's what the devil tells you. And one thing you'll learn at the end of the day: a Christian falls off a building. No matter how many times he hits the ground, he comes up stronger each time. Person that serves the devil, when you fall off a building, you get hurt. Even if you are able to stand up, you ain't gonna be for long. You'll collapse right down in your face. Look how beautiful that looks. 720p projector. You have any idea how sick this is going to look on rear projection? We got this new coating we're going to be putting across the bookcase. So my bookcase is going to be set up here, and then we're going to get a screen going across here. I'm going to coat that with this new, it's going to be kind of like a virtual screen, but I can't tell you the screen's design. Can't tell you that yet. But it's different. It's not plexiglass, I can't tell you that much, but it's different. And it's going to be a big, wide fish tank right from here. It's going to be sick. Can't wait to do that one. Okay, this one's drying down there. And tape them together, make one big long screen with it, use it for the time being until we get around to getting the other surface in from Home Depot. So now this time when I go to Home Depot, I'll pick up 2 of these. It'll cost me around 50 bucks. Go get the lift. It's about $30. Get it down here. Add the solution to it, which we can't show you. And we can never show you what's in the solution or show you the solution at all, period. And then after that dries, and after that we'll do the paint down demonstration, hang it up, and we're done. That's it. And then I'll finish this area. So that's what we're going to have to do. Because I want to do it on the cheap. Like I said, I don't want to spend a lot of money. I bought fixed frames before. I've done it. Don't want to do it. I want something simple and easy and something I don't have to build. And I don't feel like building it. So I want to do it cheaply. So that's what I'm going to do. We get these 2 surfaces right here. Fantastic. They're $25 a piece. That's all they are. Get them down here, put the solution to them, and they're done. That's it. So we'll pick up the first one, and then we'll get the other ones for this one so we can finish. This is supposed to be a virtual window, which I have to finish. So at least now we got all this figured out. Better to get it figured out now than basically get caught up. I need to have all this done. Everything has to be done before that ball drops in 2025. So we got a couple months to get this foundation laid in so we can get ready for the next stage. I got investors already lined up for this technology. I have to make sure all this is done before we get to that point. And with the new aluminum projection screens, man, that is going to be a gorgeous projection screen. I found a company already that we're going to go with to do it. And again, the shipping process is going to be nice because again, they have to be shipped in. I'm not picking these things up. It gets kind of heavy when you're buying like 60, 70, or 80 of these units. It gets kind of heavy. So they can ship them in for us, no problem. They do customization sizes just in case if we decide we want to change over to something like a 235.1, maybe some bigger screens because we did get requests for larger screens. And these screens are a little bit thicker. They're coming like this. So it's not thin aluminum where it's going to make that sound. No, they're actually kind of thick. So you don't have to worry about them rippling and making weird noises. They're not going to have that. So it's pretty nice. And they said they can customize some stands for me. I do want stands for them. So our stand system, I can't tell you how it's going to be designed, but it's going to be pretty sick. You're going to freaking love it. We're going to have those available in 2025. I'm getting ready pretty soon to start setting up a section on the website. It's going to get some information and start working on a specification sheet on what these things are going to be able to do. Hey, I did this one outside, yeah, because I remember the fish moving back and forth. Now, like I said, we're still working on the shipping costs. That's the thing, is this is a screen that can't be rolled up. The shipping costs, we'll figure out how much it's going to cost us, but I know roughly the screen's starting off at around 81 inches, which is going to be roughly somewhere in the price range of anywhere between, depends on the shipping. If the shipping's good, we're talking about $2,000 a screen. Shipping's not good, then we're talking about $3,000. But either way, I guarantee you that technology will do something that you certify high-end screens and the concept can't even begin to even think of doing. Oh, is that a, it's a Goliathan. It's a Goliathan fish. Just sitting out there chilling. I did do this demonstration outside. Yeah, because I remember the Goliathan fish. We did it on 150 inch outside in the backyard. We did do this one. Yeah, we did do this one. Now I definitely remember this one. Because I remember the fish moving back and forth. I remember that. I remember the Goliathan fish. All right, so this worked perfectly fine. There are also two problems, but also too with the cardboard because, like I said, I have a heavier cardboard at the home front. It needs a saw to cut that one. This one was really freaking thin. It was thin. It wasn't anything like, because keep in mind, if that was basically the more heavier constructed cardboard, even at one layer, you couldn't bend it that easy. That'd be impossible to bend them that easy. This was regular cardboard. So what somebody did was they took regular cardboard and they put two thin layers between the top and the bottom, and that's what they labeled them. Yeah, I am going to be calling Amazon about that one because that was definitely not what it was supposed to be. And on top of that, it wasn't even glued because that was glued down. I glued all that down and it brought itself right back up. Like, yeah, horrible cardboard. Actually horrible. Worst I've ever seen. Sorry, people. I got to disconnect something. I know it's triggering it. Somehow my T-Mobile is trying to come in as the internet provider for my cell phone's Wi-Fi. So let me take care of this real quick. There we go. That takes care of that problem. I'm disconnected. This is another reason why when I game, I use proxy servers every single time. You might want to invest in that. Get yourself a proxy server. Definitely get that. Definitely get one. Definitely get a proxy server. Even if you're console gaming, get one. Get one, get one, get one. Yep. Yeah. Came out nice. Wouldn't have had the line in the middle if I didn't get mad and crumble the screen. And that's why I said it takes time to be patient. Gotta be patient sometimes. I'm thinking like, what? Really? Like, what happened here? And then I went and I looked at the videos like, oh, yeah, we pretty much sprayed all these in. I wish I would have put in a mental note for myself and said, hey, Bird, if you decide to do these screens somewhere up in the future, make sure you do not roll them in, which is kind of interesting because if I basically did make a mental note of not to roll the screen in, then I would have never rolled the screen. I would have sprayed it in. If I sprayed it in, I would have never got the solution to be able to roll the screen in. So what's meant to happen? Destiny. Think about that. We got a new solution now to be able to convert those things now. And who else knows what that solution can do at the end of the day? So we got to experiment with it. But if I had basically left myself a mental note way back then, not to basically roll the screen in, and I went down and took it to the shop and sprayed it in, that means I wouldn't have the solution I have right now. Ta-da! Da-da-da-da. Everything happens for a reason. That's why I said Christians always land on their feet. No matter what, we always land on our feet. Fall backwards into stuff and still land on our feet. So I ended up buying the screen, spent all this money to get the screen, application wouldn't take to the screen, take the screen, break it in half, throw it over in the corner, and then turn around and buy the cardboard surface, which turned out to be a total fluke at the end of the day, which I shouldn't have went down and got the cardboard. I was looking at something and said, don't buy it. It looks too thin. You brought thicker cardboard. Like, you know what? We need a screen in here. And forced and bought that one at the end of the day, which I still can get my money back on that. Because that thing was garbage when it came through. Plus the fact they bent it off. And then turn around and basically, when I came back in, I'm sitting there looking at the screen and the Lord blesses us with the solution to be able to roll these things on now. So I go back to the shop, make the solution, come back over here, roll the surface in, it dries, put the application back on it, because mind you, I'm doing a setup for my sister. And boom, it works. And now we have a solution. But also top on that, what else can the solution do? Now, like I said, if it works for those polyester tarps, we're talking about serious money here. Because consider the fact that a polyester tarp is a huge, massive surface. Unlike when you're getting a screen, you're buying from a company, sometimes you'll get them in 400 inches, but most likely be 300 inches. Or I checked on Amazon, I was trying to find a 400-inch screen for somebody, and the only thing I found was 300 inches. So with that being said, tarps can come in massive sizes, because mind you, they use tarps to cover tractor trailers with. Oh, see? Now imagine if we can convert a tarp that's 1,000-inch, huge, massive sheet of tarp into a projection screen. Think about that. There you go. And the solution is flexible, which means I can fold it, all that other crazy stuff with it. One of the things I am working on with cardboard is basically, I told you we have these containers at the home front, and they have a piece of cardboard on a piece of wire, and the wire basically is hanging off the side of the container so we can soak them in water. Let's see exactly how long this solution we're working on to give them the ability to be completely weatherproof, which would be amazing. You got an outdoor screen. We make a formula that's completely eco-friendly for the environment. And then on top of that, we have a screen that's pretty much biodegradable. I'm telling you, Earth people will love this. And I think the screen paint we're going to put on it, it's going to be like a nice olive green. Because we make colored screen paints, that's why. Like, I hate the way you think, Mr. Bird. I hate the way you think. Why are you like this? Why are you always thinking of something new? Why can't you just be satisfied with what you have? I can't be satisfied with what I have, and blessed. The Lord keeps blessing us with new stuff. You know what I mean? The Lord comes to me and says, hey, got a blessing for you. Thank you, Jesus. Take that blessing and use it. Yeah, God blesses us. Yeah, take every blessing He blesses us to have. If you weren't so angry all the time, and you learn to walk in the way of God, He has blessings for you. He has lots of blessings for you. You just can't have them because people refuse to serve. Your kids at the end of the day. If your kids go out and throw a rock through your neighbor's window, do you reward them for it? You punish them for it, right? Because it's wrong. It's wrong for them to pick up a rock and throw it through your neighbor's window and break their window, right? So you punish them for that because that's wrong. You shouldn't do that. That's how God at the end of the day sees us. You want blessings at the end of the day? You want the Lord to bless your hand? You got to walk in the way of the Lord. You want your kids to walk in the way as good kids. You don't want them out there causing trouble, getting in fights, getting bad grades, cursing you out, disrespecting others, disrespecting you. You don't want that, right? All right then. That's how it works. Same way. Same way you want the very best for your kids, God wants the very best for you. He wants to give you those blessings, but He can't give them to you. Some people rather live that life. They rather live that life for the world. You want to live that life for the world, and guess what? You can't have those blessings. They're not for you. They're for people that are ready to live that life. And people sit there and say, well, I don't want to really, I'm not ready for that. And it's the same thing when you have kids. If your kids are out there carrying on and acting up and raising Cain and carrying on and doing all this stuff in the day, you got to come down there and you got to straighten them out. Sometimes you might have to kick their behind in the process. So what do you think what happens when God gets tired? Or you might have to kick your behind in the process. You don't want that kind of butt kicking at them. I'm going to tell you something. So sometimes you got to go through some bad stuff. Some people, I tell them at the end of the day, if life ain't working out for you and everything you do just seems to turn to mud, that's because God is calling you. That's why. Everything is falling apart in your life. That means God is calling you. Take the call. Because I told you at the end of the day, only a certain amount of people are going to heaven and a certain amount of people are going to hell. You do not want to be in the list of people that are going to hell. You want to have God call out to you. Things ain't working out for you, God is calling you. Before I got locked up, everything and anything I was doing went wrong. Everything was going wrong. It was just bad couple of months. It was the worst ever. Everything was going wrong. I couldn't do anything right. God was calling me. So, got my life together. This is the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. I can't name one day when I was a sinner when I've ever been this happy. I could have no money. I could be broke. I could be on the street. I could have nothing to my name, and I'm still going to be happy because I got God. Oh, look at this big old fish. What are these fish called? I say I got to look this up, figure out what that fish is called. That's an interesting fish. Got a jellyfish in the background that will jack you up. But yeah, God's calling you. That's what He's doing. He's trying to get your attention like, hey, over here, trying to get your attention. And some people just refuse to listen. They just go their merry way. Can't wonder why things are getting worse and worse and worse. They can get so much better. Give it to God. I'm so glad that He was persistent and didn't give up on me. So happy about that. Because He could have just got tired of it all. Look at this guy over here. He don't listen. He don't pay attention. He curses my name every chance he can possibly get. He don't pay attention to me at all whatsoever. I'm going to let the devil have him. Imagine that. That would have been horrible. Absolutely horrible. I'm so glad he basically had patience for me, sticking there and get me through this. Fishy, 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 fishies. I haven't sat back and watched my fish in so long. Yep, God is calling you. It's sad when you hear people say that they're going through something bad and you try to talk to them about God and they don't want to listen. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to listen to that. That's the devil telling you, don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. Stay over here with me. I'm going to make your life far miserable than you ever thought in your entire life. That's what he's got plans for you. He's going to make your life miserable. Nah, you don't want to listen to that because you know God can help you. He knows it. He don't want you over there. No, 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 no. God can't help you. Stay away from that one. That one can't help you. Stay over here with me. And I got plans for you. Let me tell you something. From the day you were born, you begin to die. Do you know that? Yep. The body starts to die the day you were born. From the day you were born, even before you were born, they know who you are. And they've already made plans already for you from the door. The devil and his demons have already made plans for you. Already. Before you even know, he already knows. That's how dangerous the enemy is at the end of the day, that's watching you every day. See, the naysayers don't understand. What they don't understand and what they don't get is your biggest enemy is standing right in front of you and you can't even see it. It's right there, looking right at you, and you can't even see it. And it's already got its claws in you already. So it already knows what your outcome's going to be. Even God knows what your outcome's going to be. And I'm pretty sure God has called out to you many times, but you don't listen. Now, like I said, when you get to that situation that you're going to have to go through, God may come to you, he may not. I don't know about that. I know he came to me. My mother came to me and handed me that Bible. The Lord told her to come to me and bring me that Bible. And the devil sat there and just fell right over it and said that I didn't need the Bible, that I need to get rid of it. It can't help me. What's the point of you hoping in that? That can't help you at all, period. You're already doomed. Yep. Now imagine if I took the Bible and I flushed it down the toilet. Imagine if I listened to that evil one over there. What would have happened to me? Well, I wouldn't be having this conversation with you right now at all, period. I'll be in jail, or probably dead. I kind of see the spiritual world as if, as I told you before, that when you walk out your door, there are angels and demons out there waiting for you. And the demons will look and they'll see in the crowd the Christians, because they have the cross, the light burning from their forehead of the cross. They know not to go there. But then they see some that come past and they don't have that mark on their forehead, and those are the ones they follow. That's how I see the spiritual world. So you have to consider the fact that anytime you're out there, anything, anyone talking to you, having a conversation with you, can be something that they're not. As I said before, they said the devil can take the form of an angel. So you have to remember that there are things out there walking around. They don't have to wait till nighttime. They come out in the morning. It says in the Bible that the devil walks in and out of heaven. Where is Satan going from? To and fro. That's what you have to think about. Got to be real careful out there. Really careful. Got to be protected by God when you walk out that door. Got to pray for your kids. Got to pray for your family when you walk out that door, because you never know what's out there waiting for you. Man gets caught up in this world, doesn't realize there's another world between this one watching you every single day. When demons walk up and down the street, they look at houses. What house they can get in and nest in, fester in. Look for all the houses that don't have that cross on the door. And those are the houses they go to. A house they see with a cross on the door has angels out there. They don't want to go near there. They don't want the fight. They don't want the battle. They don't want it. They'll go on their merry way. They don't want, no, I'm good. But the houses without the crosses, those are the ones they walk into. Yep. So, if you know anything about the Bible, you know about how the angel of death came to Pharaoh. They marked all the doors with the blood, cross with the blood on it. And when the angel of death came, it only went to the houses without the cross and took their firstborn. It's not something you can stop at the end of the day. You can't fight it, you can't shoot it, you can't run from it at all. I've seen things I could tell you to make your hair stand up on the back of your neck. It was meant for me to see these things because I needed to see when the devil had such a tight grip on me when I was out in the streets carrying on. I needed to see what was actually having a conversation with me. And I'll never want to ever see it again as long as I live. So, consider the fact that all the horror movies in the world couldn't even prepare you for what is out there walking around you every single day watching you. You're being watched every day. Thank God God was watching over me when the devil was watching over me too. Yep. So the thing about it is people who go out and commit these acts when they carry an act up, what you do at the end of the day doesn't faze me one bit, because I know who tells you to do those things. I know the devil tells you to do those things. And I know at the end of the day that that same demon basically is probably sitting in your house. God forbid, if it's sitting in your house, sitting in your driveway, sitting in the backseat of your car, even watching you when you sleep. So what are you going to do? You prosecute a Christian, attack him, and then this something pops up in the middle of your bed and stares right you in the face. What do? Do you get up and scream and call the devil, or you call God? Oh, you call God. Because you want to get rid of that evil. But that's the same evil you was listening to commit an evil act. So you listen to it to commit an evil act, but then when it shows itself what it looks like, now you want no part of it. Now you call out to God. Isn't that interesting? Kind of dawned on me too when I was out in the street carrying on and acting up, and I got into a situation where I almost lost my life. And I'm in there behind the back of a car screaming, "Oh God, save me," while the car is being riddled with bullet holes. But I was just out there doing the devil's work, and now behind a car screaming my head off for the Lord to save me, because these guys are spraying up a car and I'm behind it. Yeah, interesting, isn't it? I'm loving this screen, I am. It's beautiful. Babylon is beautiful, unbelievably beautiful. I look at this, most people see the science of man, I see God. Man, when my chance comes to go to heaven, I have so many questions to ask God. There's so many things I want to know. I have all the eternity to ask all the questions I want. To be able to travel light years back and forth, to be able to understand things that you would never be able to understand, would be amazing. You know, it's interesting how some people talk about the gold and diamonds and riches of heaven and everything. Because it's, you know, some people are, it's sad. I hear them. And here they get all caught up in about the gold and being rich. And who cares about that? Who cares about money? Who cares about that? You have eternal, everlasting life. You get to see God's face. I don't care about the gold and riches of heaven. I don't care about any of that. All I care about is the ability to be able to serve God. That's all that matters to me. I couldn't care less about any of that stuff. It's beautiful that God has it up there for us, but I don't want any of that. I'm happy sleeping at the front gate if I'm blessed to be able to do so. I don't need any of that. But to be God's servant, to be to serve Him for eternity, man, that's better than gold, diamonds. I don't want any of that stuff. I'd rather just serve God. That's all I want. That would be absolutely amazing. So that's why when you guys attack me and carry on and act up, do you think it hurts me? It doesn't at all. I used to follow those people, those demons, a long time ago. I know it's talking to you. I know it's having conversations with you. I know it's telling you what to do. And I know pretty much the plan that it has for you is pretty bad. Because now it leads up to where your judgment's going to come up pretty soon. And you have to face that at the end of the day because, you know, can't get away with attacking a Christian at the end of the day. You got to pay for that. Just like when I attacked those people a long time ago and I did something really, really stupid. And I don't know if they were Christians or not, but that punishment came swift and it came quick. I know that for a fact. You have to understand, gentlemen, in life, everybody has to pay. There's only two ways in life. You pay with the living, you pay with the dead. That's it. There's no in between. That's how it goes. If you led a life of crime, you hurt a lot of people, and you figure that you die, you get away with it, no, you go somewhere far worse. That side is far worse because there's no forgiveness, there's no save, it's nothing. It's nothing but eternal damnation waiting for you. Over here, you got a chance to be saved. Why do you think when you can have the most hardened criminal in the world, when it comes for his time to pass on, he calls for a priest? He's scared. He doesn't know what's waiting for him on the other side. He doesn't want the stories that he's heard to be true. He's not ready to go. A man who's committed crimes and did bad things and found God in jail and has now accepted Lord as his Lord and Savior can't wait to go home. When they strap him in, he blesses everybody and he goes on to his next life because he knows where he's going. He's not afraid of anything. He's going to go see Jesus. But a man that's not ready is scared to death. He doesn't know what's waiting for him. And then again, he does. So you have to understand, people, at the end of the day, you're on borrowed time. At any given time, you can just go, just like that. You don't live forever. You have an expiration date. You just don't know when your expiration date is. But you have one. Can you imagine if we knew when we were going to pass off the earth? And people do whatever the freak they wanted to do. You know what I mean? Go out and basically get in trouble, carry on, act up, and then you know, okay, it's getting close to the time where I'm about to basically expire. Let me get myself together and get saved. You'd be a fake Christian at the end of the day. You don't know when your time is going to come. You can leave out the day, you don't come back. Get on the plane, doesn't come back. Anything can happen. People, every day, every single day, someone dies off this earth. And you could be that person. I don't wish that on anybody, but remember, you can be that person. Many times I've been up in a plane and thinking, gee, this could be the day our plane could wing, could pop off, we all could die. Don't want to think that way, but it happens. But the most important thing is that when I get on the plane, I think that, hey, if it goes down, then hey, it's my time to see God. I'm all for it. I'm ready to go. Difference between the two. Like this nebula. I never really sat here and stared at this thing. This thing is really, really interesting. I showed the videos on it, but it's really cool. Constant changes. I tell you, this is the one thing about AI I do like. I do like this AI kind of splattered. Some of it's a little weird. Some of it I had to not. There's a little chanting in the background. Yeah, I don't deal with that. But this is really freaking amazing. I wish I'd have known this when I did the ceiling. This would have been incredible in the ceiling. Oh, getting into it, and then they stop my ceiling right on display going on here. Yep. I think what hurts me the most is when I watch like TV shows come on, like step by step shows like that, back in the day. And then I'm curious, like, are any of the actors still alive? So I'll go look them up. I go on the cast of this and the cast of that. And I look through it and I find that a lot of them have passed away. It's kind of sad. And you think about it, and then you worry about whether or not they were saved. That's what you worry about, if they were saved. The Bible speaks about that. It's hard for the rich to be saved. It's easier for a camel to enter into an eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to inherit the kingdom of heaven. You know why? So many possessions, that's why. They'll worship their money before they will worship God. That's when this man came up to Jesus and told him how he does the Sabbath and how he does his prayers and everything he does. And Jesus said, give up everything you have and come pick up your cross and follow me. And he walked away sad because he had great riches. He didn't want to give them up. That's what Jesus says. It's easier for a camel to enter to the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to inherit the kingdom of heaven. People get out there to get money. They get caught up in it. They get into the cars and the women and the vacations and all the crazy stuff. It's all right to have money and enjoy it, but you remember you have to put God first before everything. But if you put that money first and that money becomes your God, you forget your way. You forget your way. Get caught up in that world where he belongs. The demons at. Get caught up in the nonsense and the chaos. All the evil out there waiting for you. And you lose your path with God. One day something may happen and you may not be here anymore. You're trashed right through that spaghetti strainer. That's how I like to see it. How when people pass off the earth, how they just fall right through this. You have all your wealth all around you. It's all around you. But the minute you hit that spaghetti strainer, boom, you come out the other end butt naked, and all your stuff is just sitting up there in this big old pile, and all your family's just staring at it. They'll fight over it. Your possessions. Like when you watch Scrooge and he dies. People go into his house and they fight over his stuff. That's what happens to all your stuff. People fight over it. Some people even kill each other for it. Yep. There's something you can't take with you. Ever. So all this technology I'm blessed to have, you think I basically worship this stuff? No, it's going to be gone. Somebody else will have it. Somebody else will be making it. That's what's going to happen at the end of the day. I'm going home. I don't need it. Oh, I like that green over there. That green is gorgeous. Yep, somebody else takes it, and that's where it goes. Don't put money before God. Oh, look at our fireplace over there. Love it. That's our 50 lumen projector set up over there on our cardboard box screen. Yep, don't get caught up in it. Not worth it. Well, let's see. How much do we have on the phone here? Christmas time, I go pick my mom up some antlers. She has a roommate. They really like each other a lot. It's really cool. She's happy. I'm glad she's happy. At least when she passes off this earth, she'll be happy. She got God bless her to have a nice roommate that she can they joke and laugh and stuff like two little kids. Have you ever watched the senior citizens? It's fun to watch. They're like the little kids. You become little kids all over again. They joke and laugh and everything. So we treat them like the kids. They come in like, okay, girls, stay out of trouble. Remember, no boys. We buy them snacks and stuff. We like their treats and stuff. So we fill their drawers with treats and stuff like that. That's how you're supposed to treat your mother. When it's just her time to go, you're supposed to take care of her. I see people in there that their kids don't even come down to see them. That's a shame at the end of the day. But don't worry. Yep. You got to pay for that. You know, you honor your mother and your father, and your days will be longer. You live on this earth a lot longer. You don't, that time will be shortened for you. That's true. That will happen to you. You have to respect them. You have to. Some people say, well, my parents treated me horribly. Yeah, but they have to understand, but they had to deal with God too. Because there's a law about them too also in there. They also have to abide by it. But those people sitting at home, that's why I make sure when I come in there, I always try to do something I can do them all, help everybody out, hook them up. Because nobody wants to sit in there and die alone. Have no one come to say, hey, how you doing? That's why I like the people working there. They're always interacting with them, always joking, always laughing with them. I want to donate a couple of screens in there, some really big ones in there. Because it's coming out, them little TVs, I ain't seeing that at the end of the day. I want to put a big screen in there for them. They would love that at the end of the day. Put a big screen in there for them. And they need to have like art classes. How come we don't have no art classes in there? See, that's why I want to get in there and start promoting some stuff. I'll donate all kinds of stuff. I don't care. I'll donate everything I possibly can. Art classes, game nights, stuff like that. They should, and a dance. They should have a dance night. Like a dance. That'd be couples dance. That'd be cute. I think that'd be cute. So we got them for Christmas time. We got them, her and her friend. We got them antlers. We got them antlers, and we got these big slippers with the reindeers on them and stuff like that. Her family does come up to see her. They do. They're beautiful people. They come down to see her, but it takes a while because they live a little farther away. But we buy for one, we buy for the other. So we treat them both like they're sisters and everything. So we buy for one, we buy for the other. That's the way it should be. You know what I mean? Come over and say hello to her. How you doing? You know what I mean? Her pictures are over here at her family's house. I mean, she's family at the end of the day. My mom adopts everybody, like literally everybody. All the nurses in there, my mom adopts all of them. And we also show up. We show presence that we're there. Because that's another thing too. I mean, I thought she would have a problem with somebody hitting on her, hurting her. I'm going to jail. I'm going to tell you that right there from the door. I'm going to jail. I love my Lord, I do, but I'm going to jail. You touch my little mother at the end of the day, I'm going to jail. That's never going to happen. But I thank God she's protected by the Lord so it doesn't happen. The staff that she had, the building's beautiful, people are nice. But yeah, I'll throw it all away for my mother in a hot second. Yep. Other than that, I don't have to worry about that because they take care of it. Staff is really nice, beautiful at the end of the day. She got blessed to be put in a really nice place. They treat everybody respectful in there. I want to do something cool for like Thanksgiving for them all. Gotta figure out exactly what to do. I want to do something really nice for them. Got a lot of veterans in there too, some really cool people. It takes time to sit down and just have a conversation with them, just to listen to them. Sometimes they just want to talk. They talk about all kinds of cool stuff, man. Stuff that you would never even believe. Like, they lived a life that you would never be able to imagine. Like fighting in World War II and basically playing a harmonica in a blown out building. It's amazing. Yeah, their history is rich. So I got the chance to know everybody. So I got a whole bunch of grandfathers and a whole bunch of grandmothers. That's what I have now. Yep. I've adopted them all. Crazy, that looks nice. Let's go over here and let's check out the screen too. I've adopted them all. Got a whole bunch of grandfathers. Ooh, should this light a little better. To call back. Ooh, can't even tell one from the other. Pretty cool, huh? They're both coated with the same coating. Now see, if I had just listened to the Lord and not snapped the screen in half, I would have had a whole screen coated with a new solution, and the Apex Gamer would have been attached to this thing. But we can still fix it. We're just going to tape it together and reverse it. And then we'll go back and we'll do it all over again and buy everything we need and put it all together again, if I had just listened. Well, Lord says, well, at least you learned your lesson. Yeah. Okay. We get out of here. Hey, we enjoyed our talk. I am going to go tape this thing together and get ready for the demonstration tomorrow. I had a long, productive day. I didn't even eat anything. Well, I think I had a bag of Doritos. That's pretty much about it. Okay, well, I'm out of here. Of course, we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing us with amazing technology, because if it weren't for Him, none of this would be available. I'm so happy. Everything worked out. Go back and call Amazon about that monstrosity. And yeah, happy we got everything worked out. All right, next one, I guess we'll go back up and we'll start the process all over, doing this all over again. These are to be cheap, to tell you the truth. They're only like 24 bucks for a slab, so that's pretty cool. And then the lift. Oh, why didn't I do it that way? That'd have been much cheaper. If I took the lift and he would change the destination, that would have been $10 more. Would have been much cheaper. Oh, all right, gotta do that time. Matter of fact, I know a few people. Wait a minute. I know people. What am I doing? Oh, I did the last night. Just calling my friends to go take me up there. Get me back. Give them like $15, $16. I give them like 20 bucks. I don't care. Anyway, I gotta get out of here. Thank you all, and God